I wasn't planning on getting arrested originally because I got arrested quite a lot as part of the Greenham Common protests. Yeah, I spent a week in Cardiff trying to get arrested, and they just weren't arresting people in Cardiff. And then we went down to London for the last few days of the rebellion there, and it was very easy to get arrested in London. They were trying to bring some police vans in, so a bunch of us sat in the road. Then most people got up and moved. I just got to the stage where I didn't want to cooperate with anything. I stayed sitting in the road and they had to carry me off. I have quite a strong spiritual practice, so I spend quite a lot of time putting roots into the earth, and I find them very useful when I'm being carried away, because they go down, and even when people pick me up, they're still in the earth, and they sort of don't just make me difficult to pick up, they make me difficult to move. They took me to Wembley Police Station and held me there. They decided to let me go without charge. Just before Christmas, I had a letter from the court saying I was being charged. Happy Christmas, you're being charged. And if you want to plead guilty, you don't have to come to court. But if you want to plead not guilty, you must come to court. If I pleaded guilty, it would cost less than the price of a ticket to London on the train. I just couldn't bring myself to plead guilty, so I actually made a plan and turned up to court and expressed my contempt. I'm actually recording and live streaming this because I have no respect for this court. You have no respect for the environment, you have no respect for international law. The hoops you have to jump through to get legal aid, make it impossible for some people. And then for them to say, well, you must turn up to plead not guilty in the middle of a pandemic when we're not supposed to be travelling non-urgently. I just can't believe they make people do that. It's ridiculous. That was part of the fuel of my contempt for the court. The other fuel being the reason I was sitting in the road in the first place. How can you not notice the urgency of climate change and how much worse it's getting and how quickly it's getting worse? Continuing blindly to build roads and dig coal out of the ground, it's just bonkers. I don't even know why I'm not just permanently camped outside the House of Parliament, to be honest. I got given 21 days. Other XR activists who've been live streaming from the courtroom, and I have to say I've also glued on, have all got lower sentences, so maybe I should try gluing on next time and they'll give me less time. But the whole legal system is designed to protect the rich and powerful, not to be fair or to protect the people in the street. It's there to keep us in our place. On that basis, I have very little but contempt for it anyway. And I think it's time we stood up and point these things out. The current system of governance that we have, it's so unfit for purpose, and it's so time that we all just stop letting them get away with it, really.